Chat. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Alright, so I'm gonna try not to make this video too long, but I just want to take a moment to talk about channeling. When I'm talking about channeling in the most basic sense, I'm talking about like in the most basic form of channeling would be like somebody pissing you off and you reach that boiling point and you blow up. So what happens is in that situation, you just channeled anger. So channeling is basically just tuning into a frequency. The channel is just describing an open road. Tuning into a frequency the same way you will have to tune into a certain radio station or change the channels on the television to tune into a different network. So a person might go pay a medium because they want to make contact with the deceased loved one. So the medium or the channeler acts as the antenna between the deceased loved one and the customer who is paying them for their services. So I want to give a quick technique or two that you can use to channel deliberately ideas or inspiration, information. So let's say you and a person are talking and y'all are trying to come up with a plan to make some money. So you're bouncing ideas back and forth. And then maybe at some point, you get a flash of insight. And it's like the perfect idea just struck you. That aha moment. And you be like, okay, boom, I got it. I got it now. So, in that moment, what you did was you channel the higher self. You pulled down information from the subconscious mind. So we channel all the time. We channel all the time, consciously as well as unconsciously. That would be an example. So, a technique that you can use for channeling. So, one time, it's been some years back. I remember one time I had a problem I didn't know what to do with some money. I had some cash. I've never been rich. I've never experienced having too much money. However, I have experienced having too much money that I was comfortable with keeping in the house, and too much that I was comfortable with putting in the bank, or having to go through any third party to access my money. So it was a problem with hiding the money. Because I also had the worry about somebody can break in my house. The neighborhood I was living in at the time, like, that was a thing. So that was my dilemma. And I took a moment to meditate on it. And I was like, okay. I'm just going to inquire my higher self for what the solution to this problem is. So I took a moment to meditate on it, and I made it clear. I asked the question. I made it clear what I was wanting to answer to. Took a moment to just clear my mind. And shortly after, the idea came through, which was because I had a lot of books, and the idea came through to take one of my thick books, such as a Bible or something thick like that, and then open it in the center of the book, and trace the shape of the bill, and then just cut out the center of all them pages, in the center, and to put the money in there and hide it, because the money was in $100 bills. So it's room to where you'll be able to hide thousands and thousands of dollars in it. So that's just one example. I'm talking about just everyday, today dilemmas and shit. Little minor shit like that you still need solved. So a person could be deliberately consulting the subconscious mind to send them the suggestions on a daily, just for the most basic of problems, your everyday problems. Or if you just want to channel inspiration, motivation, it's all the same. So yeah, that's to be the most basic form. If you want to channel ideas or messages or something from the higher self, using meditation in that way that I just said is something that doesn't take a whole lot of effort and can be extremely effective. All you really want to do is take a moment to just sit down, or calm down, I should say, because you want to quiet the chatter in your mind. So calm down, and whatever the issue is, or whatever it is that you're needing help with, you will be clear If you have a question to say, how can I come up with this $150 that I need this week? I need it by Friday. I don't have the answer. Everything I've thought of, it's not the solution. I don't have the answer, but this is the problem that I need the answer to. Keep that short and simple and straight to the point. Whatever the sentence of intent is. It's not a bad idea to take a moment to take some pen and paper, right? And whatever this problem is, to write it out in different sentences until you can come up with the sentence that is very short and very precise and straight to the point. And then once you got that sentence of intent, take that moment to calm down and pose that sentence to your higher self and let it know exactly what the problem is and what you're needing the answer to. And just take a moment to meditate. Take a short moment in the beginning to ponder the problem. This is the problem. This is what it is. Feel the way, however it makes you feel, just feel that in the beginning for a short moment. Because you're communicating this to the subconscious mind. All right. And then just take a moment to just try to clear your mind, because you want to quiet. You want to quiet the inner dialogue. You want to quiet the inner dialogue as much as you can, as far as the critical thinking and worrying about the fucking electric bill and having to pick up your kids from school and your doctor appointment on Tuesday and putting gas in the car and just all of the everyday shit. You're trying to quiet the mind from that. You're trying to calm the waters, so to speak. For a brief moment, it doesn't mean that you have to go blank and stop thinking. That's extremely difficult. But you want to at least be able to quiet the mind, just to calm it down for the moment. And just take a moment, take 5 minutes to see if you get that flash of insight that comes to you to solve your problems. And if not, cool. Just go on about your day and go on about to what you was doing. Most likely, at some point, maybe when you're least expecting it, you're going to get that flash. You're going to get that flash from the higher self that's going to give you the solution. It's going to give you a suggestion of how you can solve that problem. And that suggestion is going to be extremely practical. It's not going to be something that you got to go jump over 1,000 hurdles to make happen. It's going to be something that's accessible, something that's achievable, something that's within reach. And that's how you will know that that just came from the higher self. All right, we could talk about channeling on a deeper level as well, going into some other shit, and that can be for the next video or whatever. So we're gonna leave this one at that. hope somebody finds something that can be useful in that for them. And I'm going to leave it at that.